eminent panelists on the dais, all dignitaries present in this room, and of course my dear students. I was just witnessing your development activities, the way you came up with a product, and none other than PESA. In fact, we are trying to promote the competency-based education in school. Project-based approach. I think this is the perfect outcomes what Siddhartha has already brought here. I believe this kind of initiatives need to be carried out by more and more schools, and because of that we introduced artificial intelligence in the regular curriculum. So regular curriculum means there is an Inspire module for 12 hours in class 8, and in class 9 there is a full-fledged subject. Artificial intelligence as a full-fledged subject, and from academic session 2020 we are introducing at grade 11. So altogether from class 8 to class 12 by 2022 the complete batch will be there, and there will be appropriate exit level. Now focus for introducing AI, and also we are working to introduce design thinking also as a subject in CBSE. Now why we are thinking in this light? The traditional subjects like science, maths, social science, or the boundary is little bit upgraded at higher secondary level with economics, accountancy, business studies and other linguistic related subjects are very much present. There we believe the technological interventions, and moreover how technology is accepted by the society, the psychological aspects and social change is also need to be studied by the student at the school level. So this robotics, AI or sensor based, whatever IoT and other emerging areas is not meant only for the student who are studying only physics, chemistry, maths or STEM related subject. It is equally important for the students who are studying sociology, psychology, even more important for the students with commerce as well as history. Because in every field the technological interventions will be huge. I feel very privileged to be part of this World Development Foundation, because community radio is another area which country can take the advantage of out of it. Now besides community radio, in CBSE we introduced the podcast. So in podcast there is a specific channel which is readily you can, in your Android phone you can work upon, by name Shiksha Bani. So there, even for teachers, for the principal, the different kind of podcast we are creating we are crowdsourcing from the school. Besides this, the other initiative, let me also spell out, that is under Diksha portal. We came across a project called Vidya Dan. Vidya Dan to Vidya Dhan. Altogether Vidya with Dhan somewhat contradictory, but Vidya Dhan, this is again repository of Vidya Dan by student, teacher and all educationists or corporates. So under that project, so far we have accumulated under Vidya Dan projects 1.0, we accumulated a good number of resources from the school, and that too also from the CBSE affiliated schools, from class 6 to 10 resources related to all youth traditional subjects. Now in Vidyadan 2 we are launching, maybe very soon by next week, they are student, teacher and school principal and higher educational institutes. We are also trying to reach out all IIT and ISC to provide higher order thinking based question. so that curiosity, this kind of projects what your school has initiated, this kind of thought process readily start from the school. And the other initiative, it is very much available. I think you can also participate in any of your regional science exhibition, because CBSE is hosting that regional science exhibition and national science, followed by national science exhibition. So it is going on. Today also I have visited one school in the morning to inaugurate that regional science exhibition. There are good projects, they have good idea into reality, how it can be, and with respect to covering the requirement of SDG. And the today's very much the projects, the theme of this today's conference, how agriculture, mass media and ICT. So under ICT, you can project, and then only through national level, definitely the minister participations will be there. And in fact, I feel proud to also share with you in the that last meeting with Russian President, Russian Prime Minister and our Prime Minister. So in that meeting, CBSE school student came up to showcase some joint projects with some Russian student. So that way, your projects or other schools' projects could be also highlighted. And जैसे Professor Moni has rightly mentioned, मन के बात में ये चीज को mention करने के लिए, I think that could be the right approach, so that through regional science exhibition and national level exhibition, if something concrete has been carried out, that message also goes to the Honorable Prime Minister as well as Honorable Higher Education Minister, Science and Technology Minister, and ultimately things again reciprocates to the public. With this word, I wish all the best to all the bright kids and their mentor. I think this message need to be percolated not only in Kerala, the other part of the country. CBSE is playing active role, and I think we will also convey this message. And you can, this concept paper or maybe a white paper you can share related to this project. We can also publish this related information in our website, so that ultimately your development activity is also known by the other schools. Thank you once again, and thank you.
I would request Professor Srivastava to please present the memento to Professor Sala. Li Chen, Director of Education Division at Taipei Economic and Cultural Center in India, to please address the gathering. Ever since Mr. Chen's posting in New Delhi, he has been making relentless efforts to promote Taiwan as an attractive destination for higher education among Indian students.
Very good afternoon, everyone. It's my honor to be here to invite to join this conference. I just catch the time to see your performance and with the robot. In Taiwan, when kids and students to see the robot, they always play with the robot and very happy. And here I would like to say a few words and introduce you something happened in Taiwan as well. Then we can maybe we can later on we can exchange some opinions as well. From Dr. Shah, I can understand how strong support from the government to improve your curriculum as well. And in Taiwan, after the SDG, I remember in 2016, after that we also have a reform in our curriculum as well. So right now, our new curriculum for all school levels, from primary school to the high school level, all students have to be included in SDG. And in terms of ICT, from next year, every student in our primary school, they have to learn coding. Because as we can play with the robot, but the most important thing for our future generation is to coding, to do the coding by yourself, and then you can have any kind of program by yourself. I think that will be the basic life skill in the future, and it comes so soon. So that's why in Taiwan, our government, we support ICT very, very much. Because we have a bit different with India, because India is big, and you have natural resource, but Taiwan is very, very small. So we only have human resource. We don't have any natural resource. So we put a lot of budget in our human resource. In terms of annual budget, government budget, Ministry of Education is number 2, just next to the social welfare. And it's about 24% of the total government budget, even more than national defense. So we put a lot of efforts on education. And also, in terms of higher education, this year we have more than 50 students in our university who has learned programming in our university. But our goal is 100%. So from next year, no matter what department you are in, you have to learn programming, because it's a basic skill, just the language. So we improve in this direction. And if you remember, according to the SDG4 for the quality education, we are not only take care about the nursery or kids or young students in school, and also the lifelong learning. It's very important to ending the poverty and also the hunger for the lifelong learning. So in Taiwan, we set up 130 DOC. It's called Digital Opportunity Centers. We put these DOCs in remote area. We also have many mountains in Taiwan. There are 269 peaks, which are higher than 3,000. So there are many schools in remote area. And because we have less and less population, so there are a lot of spare classrooms right now. And we make the best use of the space to put the DOC in school or in community. And we put the computer over there and robot as well. The reason we have 2 reasons. One is for the students, because in remote area, students, they always go home earlier, and they have nothing to do, so they just drink alcohol and even smoke cigarette. So we would like to improve that. So we want them go to the DOC, Digital Opportunity Center, to learn some programming, some internet, or some even Photoshop or Photo Impact. You can learn from a lot from software. And we will work with university society. University students, they have club to have online tutor with those students at the same time. So the students, they can learn, and they will not have time to waste their money on cigarette or alcohol. And the second reason is that in remote area, we have many farmers. So we offer course to teach those farmers to understand how to set up your own website. So those farmers, they can sell their own fruits, their agricultural production to the market, directly to the market, through the website, through your own website. So those farmers, they make money through the learning, the internet. So there are many successful cases in Taiwan right now. So the direct trade is like a fair trade. So it's good for our farmers to improve their life as well. So that's the 2 reasons we have the DOC. So this is what we are doing right now. And also, if you understand the SDG4, the inclusive is quite important. So we want to keep students to study in school or at home, through the internet, through ICT, even the radio, just mentioned before. Because we also have the education video, national education video, radio. And we broadcast any programs from the radio to remote area as well. But most of people, of course, they will listen to the radio through the mobile phone as well. So, talking about the inclusive, we want students to keep them in the school. So you can see that from the WEF. There is one pillar of the criteria. In Taiwan, we have I think the second lowest dropout rate in the world. We are second to Finland. So our dropout rate is about 0.03%. So our students, they can learn a lot from our school, library, community, or even at home. That's all because of ICT. So this thing is very important, especially for the tiny island like Taiwan. That's why we also produce a lot of semiconductor. Because of the size of land, we cannot produce big things like car or cargo, something like that, big production. So we just have promised to the United States, to the Silicon Valley companies, 30 years ago. We can produce the chip, the semiconductor to Silicon Valley within 33 hours. So when the order comes from Silicon Valley, we can design, produce, and put it into the cargo, to the flight, and directly to the California. So that's how we have the so-called supply chain with California. So again, I would like to say that this conference is very, very important, especially for our younger generation, to understand, to learn, and even to make the ICT things. So again, thank you for inviting me here. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would request Professor.
Dr. Chen, I am Dr. H.U. Srivastava, and I have been talking to you on phone, President and CEO of World Development Foundation, and I must feel and express my gratitude for you to have come to this conference in spite of the schedule that you had. I know you had a meeting with the ambassador, and because of them, some people coming from Taiwan to your embassy, and Dr. Henry Chen and Ili could not come, and even ambassador had to cancel it. I would have been very, very humbled if all these people would have come here. But anyway, you are representing the whole embassy, and I am so grateful to you for coming. World Development Foundation is a knowledge organization. Earlier to World Development Foundation, I was Additional Director General, Additional Secretary level in Government of India, Prasar Bharati. And I have been working to use especially mass media and broadcasting for extending the communication and using it for education and agriculture for development of people. And I established Gyan, Moni and Gyan Darshan channel, which are the education channels using radio and TV in the country. I also established agriculture channel, which is based on mass media and communication throughout the country. The literature there, you will find that our organization has done some job, not only in India, but also in Africa, including Ethiopia, where we established community radio stations for social development upliftment. On the high tech, we have been using some of the technology, using high-speed data lines, connecting universities with several colleges and other institutions, so that there can be online studies, and the expertise which is available in the university, we are able to extend to many remote places. And I hope you will recall that we are having a Vice Chancellor from Panchananan Burma University, and I request Professor Dev Kumar also to come on the dais and meet Dr. Chen, who is looking after the education department of Taiwan. And Dr. Mukhopadhyay was pivotal in establishing a system in which university and colleges all get connected, and we are able to stream the lectures of the professors in the university to colleges. I think he is having 34 colleges, and he is able to stream it, and the project is on. And I understand Professor Kar is also here, and Dr. Chen was there when you signed the MOU. Dr. Chen was there. So in Hyderabad you signed an MOU with the university, and where there was a program for having exchanges and sharing the expertise that you have got and that we have got in India. Professor Moni is there, Director General NIC, he was expert in NIC. So now we are very keen that the MOU that you have signed, I think 5-6 months back, we worked together on this, and we immediately take steps to see what technology we can take from you, what technology we can give it to you, and how can we work together. You are already having an MOU. We can further discuss and strengthen it to take it further. And when you are free, maybe we can come here and we can discuss with you how to take it further, so that MOU becomes agile rather than being just into the file. So let us work on this. And I'm very, very glad that you made it, and I seek opportunity to come to Embassy, and we can meet together with you to concretize the project and take it further. Thank you very much.
I would now request Professor Moni to please address the gathering.
Professor Srivastav, Professor Dev Mukhopadhyay, Mr. Peter Chen, the distinguished delegates and dear students. I am extremely happy to see the demonstration by the students of the Siddharth School of Kerala. This demonstrates the scientific temper of the young students. Understanding science and technology of robotics is a difficult process. It needs understanding of mathematics, understanding of physics, understanding of neural networks, understanding of database technology, understanding of computer hardware, communications, sensors, and above all, the language computing. In addition to that, complete, understanding of how to teach and how to respond. Expecting this from the students is an important thing that today, as it is very rightly said that India is looking towards the youth, and youth from the rural areas. The difference between the students from the youth from the urban area and rural area is that the rural area students have got something like a killer instinct, and they would like to achieve, they would like to jump, provided there is a base. And I am very happy and I should appreciate the school management to provide these facilities to the students and also create a confidence in them to come to Delhi and to demonstrate at a stage where there was no mistake. And even when we were the technocrats, when we were demonstrating any new things to the VIPs, we always used to be nervous. Something will happen. Something will, it will be always a problem. But today, I was watching by sitting from the, chair behind you, that none of you have got that type of nervous problems. And the credit goes to the faculty members of the school, and also the type of education you get from your school is important that. And I appreciate the faculty students and the faculties and the students. Why I am saying that, emphasizing on the teacher, that today I am standing in front of you, I am at the age of 67. I am today standing in front of my own school teacher. Otherwise, I would have been a school dropout. I was moving from a rural area to another area. The school headmaster called my mother that don't take this boy. He is studying very well. If he moved to another area, he may not be able to perceive it. I stayed in the school, and I studied. I taught to the school in the SSLC exam, 1970. Today, I moved to the new capital. I'm staying here for the last 41 years. Is because of the contribution by the school teacher. Is more important. They can make any student as an engineer. They can make any student as a scientist. They can make any student as an economist, geographer, language teachers, and so on and so forth, because they stay with you from the 6th standard onwards up to the +2. They understand the psychology of the student. That's why if any higher education is needed for the student, they have to do the counseling, not the parents. So this is more important, and I'm very happy. And that's why, before the director of the CBSE, wanted to go, I thought that I should put something in his mind, that this experiment should go to the Prime Minister's level. And he has agreed. And I also requested Professor Srivastava, with all his networking he has at his command, that these students should be brought before the Honorable Prime Minister. They should demonstrate. And these robot systems, in front of him, and the message will go to the entire school education systems. Because why I would like to do is that I have gone through the new education policy, which stresses a strong endowment and strengthening of apart from the other one, 8th to 12th. They would like to combine this as a 4 years study. so that a student, when he gets into the 8th standard and 4 years 8th to 12th, he will be in a position to get strengthened as a scientist, as a technologist, as an economist, as an engineer, and whatever discipline he or she would like to make it. That's why I thought that, I should make this statement, and I'm very happy that the message is gone. Second one is also, I will take some time. I was asked to address about 420 principals of the CBSE affiliated schools to tell them that how to prepare a draft for new education policy. The meeting, I was invited to address them at Kanyakumari, I think in 2016 January 9th. And that address, I addressed that how to make student as a smart through a smart teacher. Every student has got a potential energy and kinetic energy. How many of you are very good at physics? Can you raise your hands? Only one? No, two? No, don't look at left hand side. You should be able to raise your hands. See, every one of you have got almost all capabilities. In the kinetic energy is like lying at the bottom of the ocean. Your ability is what we see above the water level. When you look at the color of the water in the sea, it is like blue color. When you look at the water, the same water, you take it and put it in the cup, it is a different color. By studying that color, why the color is like blue when it is in the sea, and when it is in the cup, it is a different color. Who got the Nobel Prize? Have you studied Raman's effect? For this one, why when he was traveling in a ship from India to UK, he was sitting on the, on the ship and looking at it, and somebody gave a water in the cup, and he said the cup has got a different color. When you look at the color of the water on the sea, is a different color. So that made him to work, and he got him, Nobel Prize that. So every one of you should try to, see that after 10 to 15 years from now, what it should be there. No, that's what the seed has to be put in the school level. It is in the hands of the teacher. And any subject you take it, because anything can be learned, when in the formative stage of your brain. Any number of language, any number of subjects, you can study. And your brain has got that much storage capacity. And there is no, compartmentalization. Everything is seamlessly integrated. Networked. So with this one, I completely appreciate, congratulate the students and the faculty members for coming down to Delhi, and I also congratulate Professor Srivastava for making this, opportunity for them to present it. Then coming to the theme of the conference, ICT Mass Media and Agriculture Education for SDG2030. I was involved in 2 subcommittees of the Doubling the Farmer's Income by 2022. One is on, agriculture extension and ICT. If you see the volume 9 or volume 10, I believe, that chapter of that volume of the Doubling the Farmer's Income by 2022 talks very heavily on ICT and mass media of agriculture extension in the country. So this is one area where the students from the students can look in, that in India, in Kerala, it's the green, everywhere you see the greenery. But you have to look for vegetable from the other parts of the country. It has to either come from Tamil Nadu or it has to come from Karnataka. And, many things can be done, because of the simple reason that today, large-scale computerization is there in Kerala. The first step was, I was asked to go and study Kerala as to how IT can be introduced way back in '87. I traveled in almost all 14 districts of Kerala, conducted workshops, and I was received in many districts with black flag at that time, '87. But today, and the report I presented to the 5 district collectors conference in '87 and '88, today you can see the computerization started, and that time 512 districts computerization, and today e-governance in the country. Many people asked me, Moni, why did you select Kerala for your pilot study? I was given only 3 6-letter word that is called DISNIC. You can go and ask many of the offices of the Kerala District Information System of NIC. I told them that 2 reasons. Kerala is the first state to undertake. First thing is that family planning. It is made successful. No other states. Second one is literacy. So I thought that computerization in government is a very big exercise. There will be a lot of problems. I thought that I come from the neighboring state. I thought, well, let me take Kerala and go and study there and present to the government and the result. And the second one, that today Kerala IT computerization is in very big, Kerala government is totally computerized. The credit goes to none other than your former Chief Minister, Mr. E.K. Nayanar. Communist Party was against computerization. I was asked to stop the work for discussing with the government departments, none other than your former Industries Minister, Gauriamma. Then I was asked that at that time every youngsters should know there was a big national games which are coming in Kerala. Mr. Gigi Thompson was the director. And Mr. Neela Lohitadasan Nadar was the sports minister. Kerala state was the first state to take care sports to entire states. Networking is important. We established computer center in ERNDC, Heltron building, Vallayambalam. So Mr. Neela Lohitadasan Nadar and Mr. Gigi Thompson came to me, Mr. Moni, that what to do now? I told him that it seems that the file has gone to AKG. And it will take its own time. It may be in coma. So I'm going to Delhi. Next day there was a steering committee. Almost all the former chief ministers were there. Mr. E.K. Nayanar, even though he was a minister from the Communist Party, took a strong step. He said that, okay, let us use computer network for the sport games and let us take the decision later. It was introduced, very successful. And then in the next district collectors conference, he took a decision against the party that let us use central government program of introducing computerization in the government department. Let us not say no. Next day, all the newspapers reported, Chief Minister wants computerization, but the Communist Party doesn't want computerization. So now today you see the Kerala. It is a strong decision. I used to always say that is due to Mr. E.K. Nayanar. Today Kerala is in the state of IT. Youngsters should know that, how Kerala has gone into the massive IT computerization. And you can, with the knowledge which the youngsters have, it can be like another Singapore. You can provide, like he said it very nicely, that in Taiwan, that now they are going to introduce coding at the school level. I studied their e-governance program and how they introduced IT in agriculture very minutely. Setting up digital opportunity centers is not a digital information center. It is a digital opportunity centers. And Taiwan is the one of the country which is leaders now in manufacturing chips. And for your information, I am now working with various agencies to bring in technology from Taiwan to manufacture chip in India, we have gone for digitalization. But we don't know, we have no industry to manufacture chips to be used in our digitalization. What by 2030, we will be spending about $82 billion in just procuring chips. That is situations that I have been now working with various agencies to bring in, how to bring in, Taiwanese industries in India to manufacture chips in a big manner. So, this one, that, okay, so, agriculture, After, in 95, I introduced IT in agriculture in a big manner. I am considered as a father of agricultural informatics in the country. Today, IT in agriculture in India is to our hard work. Then after retirement, I thought that I should convert this IT in agriculture experience as a discipline. Like agricultural economics and agriculture statistics are introduced as an agricultural informatics as a discipline, to bring rural students who know agriculture in a big manner, in an informal way, with mathematics and physics and chemistry and biology. So we initiated, the Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Studies in Sumit University, which has been now recognized by the UGC as a center of excellence with higher potential. So our students from the rural area has to study agricultural informatics as a discipline to achieve SDG2030 in a big manner. All the 17 goals are revolving around agriculture. This is one area that, this is an important thing, that IT in agriculture is an important thing. And that's why, that the two committee report, 2 volumes where I have been involved, the volume 12 is talking about science for doubling the farmer's income. And on this one chapter, 7, 8, 9 and 10 talks about digital technology in agriculture, which I have penned down, and complete digitalization of agriculture. We have suggested 7 mission mode projects. I would like to tell the students, let the school adopt 1 village, around something like about 100 or 200 farmers, and work backward in 7 areas. One is how to make digitalized agriculture. Kerala has got a lot of tribal agriculture in a big manner, tribal farming. I can say smart irrigated agriculture, smart rainfed agriculture, and smart tribal agriculture. When Prime Minister Moni came, he announced a smart city. And Professor Srivastava said, and some other speakers said about smart village. I was the person got the scheme approved by the Planning Commission in 2002, smart village concept. I asked I wanted to work 1 village per state and 1 in Andaman Nicobar Islands, 29 villages we identified to work on smart village. If I would have been allowed to work, but today we would have still matured the technology with respect to smart village. And that's why we put it now. I got the chance under the doubling the farmers' income by 2022. Agriculture has been divided into 3 verticals. Smart irrigated agriculture, where the assured irrigation is available. Smart rainfed agriculture, where it has to depend upon the rain from the sky. We should adopt the Israel techniques in a very big manner, and this tribal agriculture, which is very sustainable. Second is that digitalized agricultural advisories and agricultural risk management system. Third is that digitalized agricultural resources information system for smart village and smart farming. Fourth is that India has got about 400 agriculture commodities. How to make a complete value chain, digitalized value chain from farmer to consumer. Then how to make farmers to get all services at their doorsteps. Like somebody talked about the Uberization of tractors and so on and so forth. And the fifth one is that, the sixth one is that how to make digitalized integrated land and water management system. And last one is that many of your students will understand very much important for this SDG goal is that agriculture is directly related to health. 80% of the disease which we get comes from animal. So I was asked to present a paper in 2012 in the National Agriculture Science Congress on how to reduce on-farm losses. So I presented integrated farm health management. And today that is also included as one of the mission board projects in the doubling the farmer's income by 2022, that is digitalized integrated farm health management. What is this integrated farm health management? Farmer has to run from pillar to post. He has to, one is on plant health. Another one is animal health, different verticals. Third one is soil health. Fourth one is water health. Fifth one is fisheries health. So, and then people health. If the sixth health components are seen as an integrated approach, and it will be a very big thing for agriculture and health component together to achieve SDG. So this is in one area where the school level, if the students are taught appropriately, they can bring out the integrated farm health management in a very big manner to achieve the SDG goal 2030. Thank you very much, Professor Srivastava, for inviting me to come for this conference, and all to the students who have made a fantastic presentation. Thank you very much. We learned a lot.
I would now request Professor Srivastava to please present our dignitaries, the mementos. I now request everyone to please move for lunch. We'll resume after 45 minutes. Not